When the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council refused to grant a trading license to quick commerce giant Blinkit, it defended its decision as one aimed at protecting more than 4,000 indigenous grocery shops across its jurisdiction. Chief Executive Member Winston Tony Lingdo argued that platform offering deep discounts and rapid doorstep delivery could threaten the livelihood of local traders, many of whom supports thousands of Khasi families. On paper, the decision aligns with the Council constitutional mandate under the 6th schedule to safeguard the economic interest of indigenous community. Yet, controversy has reignited an old debate. Is KHADC consistently protecting local interest, or is it selectively intervening without a clear policy framework? The Blinkit controversy is not the first time KHADC has opposed modern business model. According to CEM himself, the council had earlier refused trading license to Instamart and other home delivery models, arguing that such business would adversely affect local retailers. The council maintained that businesses operating in Khasi Hills must obtain license under the United Khasi Jaintia Hills Regulation 1954 and comply with its licensing rules. The reasoning has remained largely unchanged over the years. Protecting indigenous traders from corporate competition, prevent monopolization by national companies, ensure compliances with 6th schedule regulations, preserve employment generated by local businesses. To many residents, these arguments resonate. Shillong's economy is still dominated by small grocery stores and some small enterprises, traditional markets that lack the financial muscle of national corporations. However, the Blinkit decision quickly evolved into a debate over KHADC's own consistency. Opposition MDC Barack Cooper Syndrome questioned why Blinkit's operation were halted in the interest of protecting local business, while a bar and restaurant was subsequently allowed to operate from the very same premises. He alleged that the council was practicing selective enforcement and demanded greater transparency in granting of trading license. The criticism does not stop here. Syndrome also alleged that despite repeated assurance that certain trades would be reserved for indigenous Khasi entrepreneurs, licenses continue to be issued to non-local operators in the sector where local are equally capable of doing business. He further questioned why previously directive to Darbar Shillong regarding bonded warehouse had not been uniformly enforced. The executive committee rejects all these allegations. CEM Lingdo responded that the bar and restaurant in question was legitimate local partnership involving a Khasi entrepreneur and that all legal requirements has been fulfilled before the license was granted. He further stated that the current executive committee has actually reduced the number of trading licenses issued compared to previous administration, demonstrating a stricter approach rather than a lenient one. On one hand are those who believe that KHADC is carrying out what exactly Constitution intended, shielding indigenous business from overwhelming financial power of multinational corporation and national retail chains. They argue that once local shops disappear, they are unlikely to return, leaving consumers dependent on handful corporate players. On the other hand are those who argue that protectionism cannot become substitute for competitiveness. Quick commerce platforms create employment in logistics, warehousing, delivery service, and technology. They also offer convenience to consumers, particularly working professionals, elderly residents who may benefit from home delivery. Restricting such services could discourage investment, delay technological adoption, and reinforce the perception that Meghalaya is difficult for businesses to enter. Perhaps the most significant issue exposed by the Blinkit controversy is not whether the company should be allowed to operate, but the absence of transparent regulatory framework. Businesses often remain uncertain about which sector are protected, what criteria determine approval or rejection, and whether similar applicants are treated equally. The lack of clearly published guidelines means that each new commercial proposal risks becoming another public controversy. If KHADC believes certain industries should remain exclusively in indigenous hands, it could publish an explicit policy identifying those sectors and outlining the legal basis for such restrictions. Likewise, if modern digital platforms are to be permitted under specific conditions, those requirements should be clearly communicated. The debate surrounding Blinkit is ultimately larger than one company. It raises fundamental questions about how Meghalaya intend to balance constitutional safeguards with economic modernization. The sixth schedule undoubtedly gives KHADC a responsibility to protect indigenous interests. Yet, that responsibility must be exercised through transparency, predictable, and consistently applied policy. Without such clarity, new investors may face uncertainty. As Shillong continues to grow and consumers' habits evolve, the challenge before KHATC is no longer simply deciding who receives a trading license. It is demonstrating that rules governing Meghalaya's economy are fair, transparent, and capable of protecting indigenous rights while allowing responsible development to flourish.